What's up, guys? We are back in the forest. Similar to last video, I'm trying to find a tree to climb, and I've climbed like a few of the trees in this forest already, and I'm just trying to find new ones constantly, but I really haven't been able to find too many options though. So I'm kind of going on the path that I normally go on, and this is my favorite part of the forest. I'm going to show it to you guys real quick, but this thing is so beautiful right here, and especially in spring and summertime, it's just so green, and it's just like it like feels like I'm on a different planet, to be honest. So I want to try and find a tree to climb here, maybe find a different one, but yeah, I'll come back to you guys when I find it. Nothing too crazy today, pretty easy climb. I'm gonna find something better though in the future. Wait, this looks pretty gnarly right here. Let me try and... Like, this right here looks pretty sick. I I think I'm too much of a wuss to climb this, but that would be sick to climb though. But so yeah, I'm back in the forest. I wanted to get out here to film another video today. I wasn't really sure what to make it on, and I sort of left it up to myself to figure it out when I got here. But I think what I wanted to talk about the most today was figuring out what you want in a world that's telling you what you should be doing with your life. And this is one thing that's been on my mind recently, because growing up I had a big reliance on YouTubers basically to guide me throughout my life. Those YouTubers sort of helped me a lot to grow me into the person that I am today. But I think I had an over reliance on what they were saying, and now my eyes are a bit opened and I sort of see how things are. And my main idea is that when it comes to your own life, you have to be the one to make the decisions. You have to know, you have to be the one to figure out what exactly you want and then plan accordingly. And like I said before, so now we live in a world where people are just telling you what you should be doing with your life. And again, that isn't sustainable at all. When people are constantly telling you what to do, you have a dependence. And for modern man, like, that's just not a good thing to have. And it's something that I used to have, and I sort of realized it, and I've been making changes since then in my own development. And so like I said last video, I'm sort of in a transition period right now in my life, and I'm trying to figure out the next steps forward. And I'm going back to a method that I would use whenever I would sort of be in a weird situation or a weird scenario where things aren't really concrete yet. And it's literally just to sit in my room for 30 minutes or more with no distractions, and just have a pen in my journal, and just to write whatever thoughts come into my brain, and then whatever problems that I think I have, I just sit down until I figure it out. I sit down until a solution comes up, or I realize that the problem that I thought I had wasn't actually a true problem, and that it was something that my mind was creating. And I think that method is really valuable because it allows you to connect with yourself at the highest level. And when you have no distractions, the stuff that you're sort of hiding throughout your day-to-day life and hiding from other people sort of surfaces up, and you have to confront it. That's why I'm really against, prolonged use of social media and doom scrolling, because it truly is a big distraction. from your inner world. And that's the main point of this channel, is to find out what's inside of you and to grow into the person that you need to be. I'm not saying that there's going to be periods where you have to know what you're doing like every single second of the day. There are going to be times where you aren't really sure what to do, and like that's completely fine. But what I'm just saying is that you need to give yourself the time during the day to let yourself figure things out. And when you consistently sort of be alone for a small section of the day just to gather your thoughts, you'll be able to figure out what it is you want to be doing. I almost fell into my own trap right there. I don't want to be telling you guys what to do and what you should be doing. I'm going to relay what worked for me. And what worked for me was giving myself time during the day to really be alone, gather my thoughts, and to have the intention going into that session that I want to figure out what I'm doing. And this sort of ties back into one other topic that I mentioned last video, and that's having only like one or two main focuses for you, like for yourself during the day. When your energy and your focus are scattered throughout different things, it's really hard to center yourself and to have a deep understanding of what you want to do each day. And I think I'll talk about this in future videos, but having less things to focus on really helps you to manifest certain realities. And yeah, at some point I want to make a video on my greatest manifestation and how it's helped me achieve my greatest goal to date. I don't want to go on too long here because my message in this video is very, very simple. But to tie it all back together, right? This world right now is hurting young men. It is hurting the younger generation because it's not giving them a chance to learn about who they are and to know themselves and what they want to do and like what their passions and what their dreams are. So if that's you, please listen to my message, take what you will, and act accordingly, basically. And do what you want to do. That's what I want to say. Just do what you want to do, not what someone else tells you to do, but what you yourself truly want to do. But there's one caveat to that. When I say do stuff that you want to do what you want to do. What I mean by that is you have a certain destination that you want to get to, and you have to do certain things to get there. And you may not enjoy those things in the moment, but they're helping you get to where you want to be. So it's a fine balance you have to maintain, but you just have to keep the bigger picture in mind and to expand your time horizons for accomplishing your hopes and your dreams. The path to getting to figuring out what you want and to getting where you want to be is not going to be smooth. It's going to be rough. You're going to feel like you're losing progress. And improvement is really not linear at all. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. But the important thing is to keep the faith in yourself and to just keep going and to remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing every single day. So that's my main message. Sorry that this video is a bit scattered. I was a bit not on edge, but there were so many people in the forest today that I was sort of just searching for a time to just be alone, and I was always on edge if people were like coming by and like stuff like that, especially when I want to climb a tree. And yeah, I need to take my own advice sometimes. Like just don't care what others think. And that's something that I'm working on myself right now. and what I hope to do with publishing videos. So I think that's the end of this video. I might need to edit it to make sure that it's, you know, cohesible. I prefer doing raw videos. But, you know, thanks for listening. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.